Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So, what we've got going on today. This was one of the first jobs of today. This is a Transit 2.4 diesel in for a rebore, a first oversize, half mil, refaced the block. I finished honing it and we're going to get this outside and get it cleaned. I got the cylinder head over there to do the head valves and seats on, and also to measure and maybe polish the crankshaft. I've set up here a good old trusty 2JZ Supra engine. So this is up for a first oversize on the rebore, which I'm doing at the moment, and then we've got some lovely Omega pistons to go in it, and also CP pistons and some Manley com rods there to just check, and then I'm going to give that block a face over for the customer. So that's second on the boring bar for today. Now, as you might be able to see behind me, the kit cart is still looking fresh, and there's a reason for that, because we got to Saturday night and we'd actually booked the hotel for the track day on Sunday. We were going to go down and stay in Perranporth, but having looked at the weather, I've actually chickened out on it. It just so happens, don't mind a little bit of a wet weather and a bit of rain, but Sunday looked absolutely dreadful. So we got this thing loaded up on the trailer on Friday. Unfortunately, it's just sat in the workshop all weekend. Took it off the trailer today, so still looking like brand new. So a bit disappointed. We're not having much luck with this track day, really. We got it booked for, so when did we get it? We got it booked for January, and then it got cancelled by the organisers for whatever reason. I didn't know whether people had pulled out or not. And then we've given it a miss here. We've emailed the organisers, and they're just going to put our money through to next month. The next track day is the 13th of March, so look out for that one there. As I say, unfortunately today I was going to do a video on the track day, but it didn't happen. So this is the 2JZ block. We've bored it now. We've got 1.5 thou to come out of the bores on the hone, but before I did that, I thought I'd give the customer a ring, see if he wants to face the block, and he sort of ummed and ahed and then said, yeah, you may as well while you're at it. And this is a perfect example as to why we always recommend facing the block. Now, I don't think this block did have a specific head gasket issue before it was bored, but we've put one 3 thou cut on it, and you can see it's clean right at this end, then nothing here, started to clean here, and you can see the bits where it's missed, and that's after a 3 thou cut, as I say. So definitely recommend facing blocks of all types, especially, it seems the more cylinders, the longer they are, the worse they are. And obviously this being a 6, you can see how bad it is. So I'm going to give this another 3 thou cut, and hopefully that will clean. Well, we got an absolute beauty of a block in here. This is a Morris 8 block, and fortunately, the customer of ours is a restoration company, and they have sent this block off to have the surface of the block welded up. Obviously due to either frost damage or corrosion or something. And I think that they've had it done correctly, as in they haven't had it cold welded, because otherwise it would be glass hard and you've got no hope there. So this has been done correctly. And so I'm hoping that the weld isn't going to be too hard. But if you have a look at the surface of that block there, see that? And around the top of the bores, what we're going to have to do is, we've got a line of this block, so I think it's at plus 60 already, but obviously with that welding, the bores are going to be no good at all. So I'm going to have to grind that weld roughly to sort of shape. I'm just boring the first one here. I found a liner size, and if I have a look at my measurements on this bit of paper, so at the moment the bore is 2.285. The piston that we have got is 2.240, so it's actually plus 40, sorry. The bore size needs to be 2.244. So that's what we're going back to. The liner that I have found that may do the job, and if I have a look here, this is Westwood Liners sizing chart for their liners. So we want to end up, it's 57mm actually, the piston we're using, which is 2.244. So if we have a look there at WCL2, the internal is correct for what we want. It's 8 inches long, so that's ideal because it's obviously a bit of a long stroke block this. So that will be ideal. We'll obviously have to trim it down. And the outside is 2.401, and that is what the liner is going to measure. So I've got here, yeah, liner outside diameter is 2.401. So that is the liner we're going to be using. So what I've done, because it's a straight liner and not a flange liner, sometimes with these old blocks you struggle with the flange liners, but what I do is a step at the bottom. So if I get underneath, you should be able to see the upside down here. So you see the bottom of the boring bar there. If you see that little step right at the bottom, is about a 3mm step there, which we're going to leave to push the liner down to. And in effect, that means the liner can't be pulled down into the bottom of the block for any reason. So this, obviously this liner here, this bore here is boring pretty good. Doesn't seem hard at the top, but obviously the next one will be the one to tell once it starts cutting through that weld, whether it's hard or not. So fingers crossed. So that's 9 thou that we took off the 2JZ. So definitely going to have to do a bit of modding on those piston crowns. Oh, the transit head, I've cut the seats on that. I'm just going to give that a light skim, and that's all done. Right, quick update on the Cosworths. So we've got the one on the end here, which we're still waiting for the sump and the pickup pipe. We've got one of the brothers, the one with the drop liners. That's all together now. We are waiting for an oil pump and an oil pump drive, and then we can get the sump on. I've got the belt on, sort of the timing's roughly there. I'm going to have to do the vernier setup, so I'll show you that in another video. We've got the other brother's block, which I've done the liners on. So that's all done. Board back to standard. Got the pistons over there. John's still got to grind the crank on this. And once he's done that, we can get the crank in, do a dummy build, and then I can do my piston jut out, machine the tops, and then put my own pockets in. So that's that. Now, as you can see, Friday was an expensive day for us. Carlos has got his own way. He's been going on at me for ages now to get a decent toolbox for the sort of building area here and stock it up with some decent tools. So we've got several toolboxes here full of, well, tools that we've used for a long time. So they're all right, but they're not Snap-on quality. So we've bit the bullet. We've bought this cabinet. The only thing that tempted me is we've got decent little workbench on here. So yeah, we've splashed out. We've bought wherever it is, we've got a decent Snap-on puller kit. We bought a few tools while we're at it, all Snap-on. So what I'm going to do now is every week I'm going to just add to this, just fill it with Snap-on tools in the end. Can't go wrong with Snap-on at the end of the day, especially spanners and sockets and stuff like that. They do fit perfect. So yeah, as I say, do listen to some of you guys there. I know some of you think that we work very untidily, but it does firstly look worse on the video. Yes, it is all a bit grubby and we take it for granted and you're sort of used to it and don't really notice it. But I suppose when you guys comment, yes, it all is a little bit sort of looks grubby, but we do keep it as clean as we can, and I can assure you that all our engines are very clean when they're assembled. So little update on the workshop here and what our plans are. What we're going to do is we're going to paint this wall, maybe get some decent flooring down, or at least paint this whole area here. and keep the sort of the machine shop area all as it is. What we're going to do is we've obviously got this bit here which we use for building. We're going to put some decent shelving up there to store gaskets and what have you on while we're building the engines, and somewhere to put this toolbox. What we're going to do, this area here is our sort of grubby area, a cleaning area. So we're going to basically sell this machine. This is a hot wash machine. We don't need that anymore, to be honest with you. We use our pressure washer and other means of cleaning. It's a lot more thorough than that, and it takes a lot less electricity. That thing there is thirsty. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to move the shot blast cabinet and all this stuff here right down into the corner of the machine shop area. And then we're going to clean this right up here. We're going to paint the walls, put some shelving up, what have you, and then we could probably get another 3 or 4 engines across there to build, obviously with a partition up there so there's nothing blowing in there. And so yeah, hopefully then with that area and this area, we should be able to sort of support, you know, stripping down and building about 8-9 engines. And obviously we're going to keep that area there as the cylinder head area. So yeah, that's a work in progress. But that's about it for today, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching, and until another one, take care, subscribe, like, comment down below, and see you again. Cheers.